Right. All right, guys. Very good. All right, guys. So let's look at DXY. So this is DXY charts. And remember, I told you guys that I was expecting price to reject from this volume imbalance. Remember, I pointed this out. You can check my previous video. I talked about this beforehand. Price was all the way down here. When I talked about it, the market should come up to this fair value gap. And either it rejects from this other block above here, or it rejects from this fair value gap. Remember, I told you guys that. So you can watch my previous videos to confirm I actually said it. Right. So you can check if I actually said it right on the previous video. Right. Check if I actually said on the previous video. Right. So this is the volume imbalance. This is a fair value gap. That is the other block, right? So this is what I was expecting price to do, right? This is what I was expecting price to do. I was expecting price to drop off from this point here and go down, right? So either this other block or this gap will send price down, right? So remember this volume balance type I pointed out here, right? You can see the good rejection from there, and you can see how price has gone up, right? And then we have this key level as well. Remember this key level, price finds it difficult to break, so we might see some sells here, right? But let's look at the seasonality chart, equity clock, which is dollar index. So come to equityclock.com, right? This is equity clock, and go to chart and choose DXY, right? So this is DXY chart, and based on seasonalities, we are in the midpoint of March or ending part of March. So we should so you can see how it suggests bullishness on DXY. You can see we had that bullishness on DXY already. So, but we don't just work with equity clock just like that. So we have to look at the market structure to confirm, right? So let's go to the DXY chart. So now, remember, we had this volume balance, and now we're not at the key level, right? So there's a likelihood that price can drop off, especially seeing that we have taken out the previous daily high as well. So look at this point very carefully. Consider the high of this, okay, not yet. So especially if you can take out the previous daily high, then we might see some sales today, right? If you can take out, let me just tap this. Look at this number here. Look at the high. Look at the high, right? So I'm tapping this candle now. The high is at 103.494. And the high of today's candle at 514. So we have taken out the previous daily high already. So if we can see a sell confirmation, that would be very, very nice, right? It would be nice to at least take price down to at least this lower fair value gap here. Right? We have a fair value gap down here. So that would be a very good area to take price down to, right? If you can see this, that would be nice. Right. If you can see this, that would be nice. Right. Markets can drop to this, that would be nice. Right. But our focus is the sell. So the previous daily low will be our target. If we are to sell this, we're going to be targeting the previous daily low, which is this low here, the low of this candle. That will be our targets, right? Sell into that, and then we watch what happens next, right? So price can also choose to go for this higher order block, right? But it can happen either this order block or this gap. So we're going to wait for lower time frame confirmations to give us what a picture of what to do, right? So let's quickly go to the euro dollar. So if you are setting some bullishness on, some bearishness on their guy, so we might see this guy drop a bit more, right? So you'll see this guy drop a bit more. So let's take this off and take this off, right? So now we have a kind of failure low, right? Remember, this market is bearish. Remember, go to the bigger time frame. I had a bearish market, high to low. So the break of structure there, at what if we hit this 50% level, I think when it's 1.8 and then rejected from that point, right? So now we have seen a kind of market structure break, market going below this low. That's what we call a failure swing. And if you go to the 4-hour charts, you can see that it was very clear, right? So now the issue now is that okay, we had market broke this single here, right, and then came to retest this candle, and then can see the drop off, right? So it's very likely that price might continue selling a bit, right? Now look at very carefully. We have this bearish fair value gap here. We have this bearish gap here, so that might be a reason why price might still drop lower, right? But I'll wait for price to come into this gap first before doing anything. So this gap would be my area if I was looking for sales, right? But since that's why we're expecting some sales, we can still look for buys on this because there's no clear break of structure. We can still look for buys. Go to the 2-hour chart. So on the 2-hour chart, you can see that I've sold this liquidity here, this inducement liquidity, and then we have hit this other block. So this other block has not yet been piloted. So this other block might see price run higher since we are expecting some bearishness on this guy, right? So if we see this other block hold, That means we'll be targeting this inducement high here. So we're targeting this inducement high, this high right here. So we're targeting that inducement high. If we can see price, rally higher, we're targeting this inducement high there. Right, targeting that inducement high. That was targeting if that other block holds. Right. So if this other block holds, then we're targeting this inducement high. Since we're expecting some bearishness on DX1, this means I might see some buys into this. That is if this other block holds, right? Only if it holds. But if it goes below this other block, we now have a bearish market, right? But if this other block holds, then you can see price run above, right? We have, remember this inducement we had here. This inducement here, just like this inducement. Market has gone below the inducement, and then we are seeing price, make some kind of some kind of bullish sentiment, right? All right, so that was what I have for this guy. So if market can give us that lower time frame confirmation, that would be very nice to long from this other block, at least to this inducement here, since we're expecting some bearishness on dollar, and dollars at a key level, right? So we can look for buys at least to this high. That is very possible, right? So let's see. All right, so we can look for buys to that high, or yeah, fill this imbalance and then to that high if it holds, right? Because they have not really broken a major low. This low is still intact. We have this bearish other block low still very much intact. So we have not really broken a very strong low for us to really go bearish yet, right? So I'm kind of still bullish on this. So for GBPUSD, which is on the next chart, we'll be looking at look at this as well. Daily chart. I've taken a liquidity here, right? Taking out this liquidity. This is pound dollar. Taking out this liquidity. I told you guys that markets might buy off here, which did not happen, and that is fine. So we now have this inverted gap. So we now have what's called an inverted fair value gap, right? So this is what we call an inverted fair value gap. You can still use it again in future. So we can take out this level, all right? We can take out this level and can also take out, just move this high up here, all right? So market is, I see, is giving sense of rejection, right? That might mean bearishness. We have this trend line liquidity resting here, so we have to be very careful with our buys here, right? On the daily chart, on the 4-hour chart, you can see that price is really being very serious, right? You can see market has broken this gap, and then market might choose to come back with this fair value gap. So my trade idea would only be taken if we can see price return to this gap, like let price return to this gap we have here. If price can return it down, I only look for some kind of so for now I am temporarily going to be on the sideline because GU is not clear, right? So this is how I'm looking for price to sell off to come back to this point here. So I can look for sell. So for now, I can't really see a reason why price should buy. There's no higher time frame PDRA that is okay for a buy, right? Or even if unless maybe you want to see this as a breakout block, or it is a breakout block as well. Let's want to see okay, that's a breakout block. But for me personally, I really trust EU more than GU. So I'll kind of be staying away from GU for today. And I just want to see what price is going to do. So for GJ, we have GJ as well. GJ, had this other block which I pointed out earlier. That price might come to this other block before dropping lower, which price has actually done. I have taken the previous daily high, so price might actually sell off from that point now, right? So we have this inducement here. We have all these areas which price has not tapped into. So we have to be careful. If we see a sell, you can sell down to this point, right? But for now, since the market is still bullish on the higher time frame, we have to be very careful. Price has taken the previous daily high, which might mean the market might sell. So, but for now, we have to be very careful with our buys, with our sells, because the market has not really given us it had to really break of structure, right? But for now, can look for sells inside there, then maybe take price to this liquidity low here, and then that might happen, right? So just be careful to cover your dream because yen is still very weak. Yen is very weak right now. Dollar index. Remember, I told you guys that I was expecting price to come to this imbalance here. You can see our price already going towards it. We have taken out this liquidity, and price is reacting of this breakup block level, which was below 50% of the range. And so price has started rallying up. Told you guys that I was expecting price to rally up. All right, so let's look at 4-hour charts. So I also pointed this out that this mouse there are two possibilities. Now we have a 4-hour breakout structure just below this imbalance. So I told you guys that markets might come to this level and drop off. And if this does not hold, that means price is going to go to this upper level. Right. So for now, 4 hours is bearish. So even if you're looking to look for trades now, it's to look for sales. Now, considering that DXY is bearish, right, or DXY is giving us that key level for bearishness. So it can, the sell might hold because this was the last unmitigated order block here. So we had this forward break of structure. So you can see price drop from here because of DXY, right? But you have to wait for lower time frame confirmations, right? Wait for the market to give you what that lower time frame break, right? Wait for the market to get the break of structure. Market should give that lower time frame break before doing anything. Let market give you that lower time frame, right? So for now, I in this area now, until price is able to breach here, I am bearish for this guy, right? Until market can breach here because of DXY. So if DXY is bearish, that means this guy might also drop, right? But for now, I have this break of structure and I have this other block here. So markets might drop off from this point, and that would be very nice to see if it happens, right? So let's look at Bitcoin, which will be the last pair. So for Bitcoin, I told you guys that I still expect price to get to 75k level, but I will not be one-sided in my bias. I have this swing high, we have this swing low, I have this swing high, right? So there's a kind of a lower time frame break or structure here for a sell. So market might choose to sell off. I don't want to be so distant. So I have this. Let us just be flexible, right? So now on the 2-hour charts, we have a kind of break of structure. We have this inducement here, right? We have an inducement here, and then we have this last order block here, right? So market might choose to come here and sell off, right? So keep an eye on this other block, right? This area here. So above this inducement, that would be nice to see if price can come there and give us a good sell, right? A good sell, right? A good sell. That'd be very nice, right? A good sell just above this. All right, so that would be a very nice area if we can get a good sell above that. That would be nice. So this would be nice if Bitcoin can come here and give us a sell inside this other block. That'd be nice because I can see a bearish structure building up. Right, market must not get to my level. It's not compulsory must get to 75k level. Let's be flexible. So we have a bearish break of structure here, right here, and that bearish break, that bearish break of structure. So around there. So that will be an area of interest. This other block here is above this inducement. Alright, so I'm looking for Bitcoin. Bitcoin can get there. That would be nice to see. Alright, let's look at the last pair, which is US30. So for US30, remember what I'm telling you guys. US30 is not really giving very clear stuff. I was a certain price to come. Sorry, it's a 4-hour chart now. A certain price to come. Why did I mark this? Okay. This liquidity here. Alright, let's just look carefully. So on the 4-hour, we are temporarily bullish. Market is still breaking highs. So on the daily chart, let's see the daily chart. Daily is bullish as well, right? So there's nothing really concrete on this guy. So daily is bullish. 4-hour, it's also giving that bullishness. Market breaking highs, and then we have this liquidity here. So there are two possibilities now, right? Price might choose to come for that liquidity. So I'll be trusting this. So I'll be looking at this, right? If market can come here, right? So I'll trust it. We have this unmitigated zone here. So for me, if price can maybe something like this, then give me a sell, right? I cannot trust this to take price down to liquidity. So this is where I'm looking at for DX for this guy, this higher area. I won't be looking at this lower down. Because I can see a higher, imbalance here. Right, so this is where I'm looking at. Market can get here and give me a sell, then I'll be selling to this liquidity at the bottom here. Right, so that will be from imbalance to liquidity, right? From internal liquidity to external liquidity. So that will be, if market can come here, give me that sell confirmation, I'm looking to take it down to this liquidity point here. So that's what I have. So if you want to join my paid mentorship, it's still very open with the link in the description. Right, so I wish you guys the best of the join with. Don't forget to check forexparty.com for your news. Right, don't forget to check it for the news, right? So that you don't get. Right, so don't forget to check it for news. Alright, so we'll have some news this week, very serious week. So it's only today we don't have news that much, but on Tuesday we have serious news. Wednesday we have serious news. Thursday is a very newsy week, right? Very serious week. Right, so also take note of all this news. If you trade this pairs, take note of the pair you trade and the news that is there. So if you want to join my paid mentorship once again, do what to use the link in the description so that I can, reach out to you guys, right? Right, have a wonderful day, and God bless.